How you can do that, there's different ways you can go about it, guys. Again, first and foremost, start with your community. If you say, well, I don't have a strong social network, okay, that's fine. Where are you present, right? Where are you present in your community? Go to the places where these people would be, right? For me, again, being tied to a nonprofit, whenever we have, say, a banquet, whenever we have different things, I'm moving around the room. I'm moving around the room to meet people. Okay, and these are strangers who, just like me, share a passion for literacy at all levels. What are we doing to empower those who might be at the lower rungs of society? Go to these places. If you're like, hey man, I want to get fit, go to these places. You're like, hey man, I want to learn more about NGOs. I want to learn more about banking. I want to learn more about coaching. Go to these places. I challenge you to step outside of your comfort zone. Get outside of that room. Get outside of that apartment, that house. Go to these places. These people are out there too.
Ladies and gentlemen, go to these places. Seriously. If you want to get better as a man and you want to get better in your intimate relationships and your relationships in general, and you want to get better for the world and to be a solution, not a problem, go to these places. Be willing to be vulnerable. Find some mentorship. And most of all, get over yourself.
Yes.
Let your ego
Yes.
down. Let you put your pride aside and go out there and get the help that you need.
Yes.
Men need to be healthier more than ever nowadays.
Yes.
More than ever.
No, I love how you get over yourself. I love it. Get over yourself.
And stop being a victim.
Yeah, exactly.
When you have that much pride and that much ego, you become a victim.
No, I love it, Gary. You put it so succinctly.
That victim mindset, man.
You put it so succinctly, man, when you say get over yourself. Don't stop being a victim. You know, folks, I get it. All of us, we start off differently in life. You know, no matter where your starting point is, you can dictate your end point. And today's a great day for that level up mindset. What are you doing to be 1% better today than you were yesterday, right? Hey, I'm going to put down that cheeseburger. Hey, I'm going to go for a walk today. Hey, I'm going to read today. I'm going to go to the library. I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call my mother. I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call my father. I'm going to look in my partner's eyes and I'm going to give some words of affirmation. I'm going to look in my girlfriend, my wife, you name it, boyfriend, or husband, and I'm going to give them those words of affirmation. I'm going to start there. What's the stuff that's within your control that you can do right now?
Let's take a pause on that and take a break and get right back to it, man. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
All right. Welcome back, James. Let's get back to this, man. And I want to start off a question that is particularly for men. In your opinion, nowadays in this world, what do men need now more than ever?
I love it. That, my friend, is a great question. And I think you and I have already alluded to it in the form of you got to get over yourself. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Men need to get out of their comfort zone. Diamonds are made with two things: time and pressure.
Yes, pressure.
Pressure. You got to get out there and you got to get in the fight. At the end of the day, you have an allotted amount of time to you, just like the rest of us. It is finite. You wake up today, how are you approaching your day? Are you leaning into the discomfort? Are you leaning into the things that you deem hard, right? What are you deeming hard today? Is it your financial situation? Is it your health situation? Is it your relationship situation? Whatever it is, how are you leaning into that situation and fighting it? I get that you won't overcome everything, but how are you fighting? How are you showing up? And going back to to what I shared earlier, 1%. What can I do today that I can say is an improvement over my yesterday? I'm going to go to that gym. I'm going to sign up for membership. Not just that. I'm going to make sure I got an outfit that when I wear it, I feel like the man when I walk in that gym. No matter what I look like today. What are you doing to build that level of pride when it comes to these situations?
Being and becoming. Being and becoming. It has to start somewhere. Being and becoming. What you are now. How do you see yourself in the future? Well, you need to start acting like it and getting ready for it.
Certainly.
It comes with that level. Coaching is important. It's very important. How do you work around coaching someone, coaching another man? How do you work around those points? Because coaching and mentoring is one and the same, but a little different.
Certainly. That's a good question, Gary. And one thing I want to touch on, and that will answer this, is you've got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. Even when you go to a coach, when you go to a mentor, they're going to ask you, what is your goal? What are you looking to get to? Can you answer that question of what is my goal? And now that's a very broad question, so break it down. What is my goal? My goal is to lose 25 pounds by February. Why do I want to lose 25 pounds by February? Get smart about it, right? You've all heard about SMART goals. Specific, measurable, actionable. I believe that I want to say the R is relevant, and then T is timely. Get smart about your goals. Identify your goals. I tell you right now, if you have no goal, you're like a ship that's just listing through the
Autopilot.
Exactly. You're just on autopilot. You're just on autopilot, and that's no way to live your life. You're just existing. What are your goals? I would challenge anyone listening to this. Come up with 3. They don't have to be these grandiose goals or just over the top. Come up with 3 that you can control today. I would encourage anybody, celebrate small wins, right? Come up with 3. So if my overarching goal, say for instance, let's go back to my example of I want to lose 25 pounds by February, okay? It's specific, it's measurable, it's actionable, it's relevant, and it's timely, all right? It's all in there. I want to lose 25 pounds by February so that I can attend my best friend's wedding in May and look great, look the part, all right? Break it down. In the next week, my goal is to sign up for a gym membership. Boom. You got a smart device on you. We all do. Look up a gym.
Incremental steps.
And celebrate those. Break down these larger goals into small steps. And every time you achieve that small step, celebrate it. Celebrate it. Man, I drank more water today. Man, I got off the phone with my best friend.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I spoke to my father today. We had a great conversation. I spoke with my parents. I spoke with my sister, and celebrate it. Whether it's looking in the mirror and saying, I am proud of you. I am proud of what you are becoming. I am excited about this journey we are on. Celebrate those incremental steps. Celebrate those wins, because those are what's going to lead into those goals. And when you hit those goals, you're going to feel that much better about yourself.
Very true. And with those goals, even those small goals, within those small goals are task lists. Fill your day up. Know what you're doing the next day. Seriously, it's worth every bit of it.
Exactly.
It brings so much, I can say, dopamine that comes from that. Knowing that you're working towards a goal and you have a task list set up for that goal.
Exactly. And Gary, you hit on something. We live in a day and age, like I mentioned earlier, you got a smart device. Get a planner. Me, myself, I have a planner.
Write it down. Write it down.
It is so much more impactful when you write it down. And something I would challenge all of you to do is I call it a purpose journal. You can call it what works for you. It's as simple as you get a notebook and every day you sit down and share 3 things you're going to do today. For me, one of my big things, today I'm going to consume less sugar.
Yes.
It is so powerful when you put that into words and you have it in front of you, a place where you have to see it.
Yes, you're picking that pen up. You're putting that pen on a piece of paper. Your mind is producing this.
Yes.
Your hand is
Yeah.
connected to your brain. It is all working.
Yep.
You're reading
Yep.
it. You're seeing it. Everything. You're manifesting it. It's all in one. I can't tell you this.
Manifesting. I love it.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yes.
There you go. You're manifesting it. You hit on it, Gary. It is
Yes.
so powerful. It's not enough just to have it on your phone. That's not enough at all. I would challenge you instead. Get a notebook, get a planner. You can go anywhere. Go online. Get something where you and put it somewhere where you have to see
Yes.
it. Do not hide it. Do
Absolutely.
not close it. Put it somewhere where you have to see it. In my case, I have it on my work desk. I have it right there. So every time I walk in, I have to see it. I also keep a smaller one on my person. Put it where you have to see it. Be purposeful, be mindful of it. And I tell you, folks, it is powerful.
Writing it down is very powerful. Your brain gets to see everything gets to connect with every word because you're starting that. You're working everything together. You're starting those words, and your brain is connecting everything. It's not just typing the whole letter. No, you get to start that letter from the beginning to the end, and you get to start making these words and start manifesting everything.
Right.
And you're connecting your brain and your senses together, and you're computing it.
Exactly.
And then it's processing. But when it's just typing, it's just word.
Yeah. It's there. There is no mental or emotional connection to it. There is so much mental and emotional connection that comes with that pen in your hands, your words on that piece of paper.
Sorry to interrupt. Your words on that piece of paper, it takes time. That's why that intimate time you get with yourself when you're when you're sitting down, taking that time out your day, putting that piece of paper or putting that journal on your table, sitting down, looking at it, picking that pen up, and you start connecting things instead of just picking that blue light phone up.
Yep.
And you just go in, and next thing you know, you can go right to the app and go and distract yourself.
And I'm glad you said that because I will admit, I myself, I'm like you. I get busy. So I have to be purposeful about when I get to my office, when I get to my workspace, when I put my work backpack down, when I put my effects down, I will sit down to that journal and I will write. That'll be the first thing I do. I won't check email. I won't check my phone. I won't get distracted by somebody walking into my workspace. The first thing I'm going to do is identify my 3 things that I will do today. All right? I will go for a walk today. I will